You know what I hate sometimes is work, because stuff like that just gets me late on my reviews. And sorry I have to start this review kind of negative, but it's just the way things are right now. Okay, so The Judge. So The Judge stars Robert Downey Jr. He's like this big-time city boy lawyer who knows the ins and outs of law. Until one morning in court, he gets a call from his family back in Illinois telling him that his mother just passed away. And he doesn't want to go back, mainly because of his father, played by Robert Duvall, who they had some pretty rough patches in the past. So the family grieves over the passing of their mother/wife until Robert Duvall gets a call and he gets in trouble for killing a guy. Yeah, a suspected hit and run. That's not a good thing. So now Iron Man has to represent his father in the court and no, that's the wrong father. Him, yeah, there you go. And he has to win this case so Robert Duvall doesn't have to go to prison. It sounds like two movies in one, but that's really what The Judge is. It's honestly just okay. Let me start off by saying that the acting was really good in this movie. Robert Downey Jr. as a stuck-up yet knows everything about the law lawyer absolutely fits in this role. His loud eccentric persona made me by the fact that he was a lawyer in this movie. Yeah, I've never seen a lawyer work his magic in the courtroom, so I mean, what do I know? Robert Duvall as his father, and just like most of the stuff he's in, he's great in them, just like he is in this movie. Robert Duvall is just one of those actors, you know what I mean? And man, he is stubborn in this movie. Now, Vera Farmiga in this movie, I think that's how you say her name. She was good in this movie, but I'll get back to her in a second. Billy Bob Thornton as this other lawyer in the movie does a good performance as well. There's not a hint of bad acting in this movie, to be honest. I mean, it's great that you have an amazing cast to provide the audience great performances, but sometimes it doesn't matter when the pacing is all over the place. It basically sets you up right from the get-go. The first 3 minutes of the movie, boom, Iron Man's mom is dead. And we see constant jump scenes of stuff just happening and you're just like, oh, that was quick. Or you even ask yourself, how far ahead of time did we just skip? They don't really clarify that in the movie and it really bugged me. Yeah, and they did the same thing with the characters as well. For example, the dude from Parenthood. Who does he play? He doesn't really say much in the movie. Most of the time he was puking before court. I guarantee if you take his character and pluck him out of the movie would not have been any different. All of what, the 3 scenes he's in? They did the same thing with the chick played by Vera Farmiga. Please correct me if I say your name wrong. She's supposed to be Iron Man's high school sweetheart and a forced love story, and once again, all of 3 scenes in the movie. But she gets a bit of a bonus in this movie. She has the hottest eyes, I swear. Don't kid yourself. But the scene she was in honestly made it lose focus on what the movie is truly about. And the movie tries to make you know these characters, but in reality, you don't. You just don't really care about them. It's supposed to be about the dysfunctional family and the disconnected bond between Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to see this movie. Father-son bond trying to be rebuilt, because it can be heartfelt. Some movies have pulled it off. Unfortunately, I didn't feel the emotion from this movie. It was lost by all these other pointless distractions. And the whole mystery of this movie is, how did their bond disconnect? And you seriously do not know till the last act of the movie. I mean, if I was writing the movie, I would have let the audience know beforehand on what really happened so that I could show these two rebuilding their relationship. I like to see things get rebuilt, and that part of the movie was just wasted potential. However, I did feel some emotion through the soundtrack, and it was awesome. I was listening to it and I'm like, is that Thomas Newman? It sounds just like Saving Mr. Banks. And sure enough, I was right. He's one of my favorite composers right now. Soundtrack is beautiful in this movie. So in the end, The Judge had some really good acting. It was a really unevenly paced movie. It felt like 2 movies in one. The movie expected you to know all these characters, and it did a poor job introducing them. A lot of events and characters in the movie felt forced and stuff just happened. The emotion was sorted there since it was saved by an awesome soundtrack, overall making The Judge an okay movie, because I say it's worth watching at the $2 theater. Don't let Oscar season fool you. Doesn't necessarily mean that all movies are gonna be good. Have you guys seen The Judge? What did you guys think about it? Be sure to leave a like and comment on the video, and as always, there's a link below for my Twitter and my Facebook. Keep in contact with me, but in the meantime, I have to get going. Courtroom dismissed.